Hello everyone. Today I wanted to show you something kind of special to me. Uh, but I am no longer going to work on it because of reasons with Roblox. Like the thing is that Roblox now kind of just sucks as a platform. Um, Especially to make games now because now you have to pay a subscription service to make games, which is bullshit. Like, no one should have to do that. It's always been free. No one should have to pay a fucking subscription service. I'm sorry for my language, but this is like actually stupid. And the other thing is the recent chat restrictions that they've added. Like, you can't talk and chat unless they scan your face. And it's like, who wants to have their face scanned by Roblox? Nobody does. So, a lot of people just aren't using the in game chat. Sorry, I had to grab something. But, so, and the other thing is that with my game here that I made, you are required to use the in game chat to progress through it. And I don't really want to show off too much in this video, just because I don't want to spoil anything in the game. I did record a video of me playing the game with my friend, but that kind of has a lot of that has a lot of spoilers in it. So I think what I'm going to do is instead I'm just going to show you a video of just kind of like the surface level stuff here, and I'm going to let you guys explore and figure things out for yourselves because I feel like if I just show you guys the video of my friend walking through this place, then you guys are never gonna play this game because it's like, oh, I already know everything. What's the point of playing it now? Anyways, um, so this game started out as an idea I had during COVID. And during COVID, I was home a lot and I was still going to school. I was in like 8th grade or something. And I was really into like Five Nights at Freddy's fan games and stuff. But all I had was like this crappy little Chromebook. So I couldn't really make a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. But Scratch was an exception because you can actually make games on Scratch's uh, website. So I could still make games on Scratch. So I started learning how to make a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game on Scratch on my Chromebook, on my little Chromebook. Because, like I said, I didn't have like an actual laptop or anything back then, um, or like a gaming PC, because those are expensive, right? So this is all I had. That's all I had to work with, and that game never got finished, and it's a buggy mess. Like there's a lot of things that don't work. So, and I never worked on it again. But that game was called something like One Night at Grumpty's or something. I don't know why I came up with the name Grumpty. Um, for some reason, 12-year-old me thought that Grumpty was a unique name or something. But now that I'm like almost 20 years old, I I hear that name and I'm like, that sounds kind of stupid, but I don't know. Maybe to somebody that it's not, it doesn't sound stupid. it sounds very similar to like Flumpty from Five Nights at Flumpty's, or like I don't know. I don't know why I came up with that name. Um, but this game it's technically a myth game, and if you don't know what a myth is already, I suggest watching a video about it because I don't really want to explain what a myth is. Um, but this is 1986 Grumpy's Arcade and Pizza. It's an unfinished demo because, like I said, Roblox just sucks as a platform now, and I'm just not motivated anymore to continue this. Because I see no point. I see no point because Roblox as a platform is just going downhill, and I think eventually, um, no one's gonna be playing Roblox anymore. So it's just kind of like, what's the point of what's the point of continuing a project when the platform like just sucks for making games and people are leaving it because of crappy updates and controversy around the developers. Anyways, I don't really want to get too much into how bad Roblox has gotten over the years, especially recently, because everyone already knows like Roblox sucks. That's not a secret to anybody. Their moderation sucks. The people who own it suck. Whatever. We already know that. Um, so I'm gonna read the description of the game. The year is 1986, and a local arcade restaurant opened. You have heard strange rumors about scandals and lawsuits about the place, but you decide to visit it anyways. Maybe spend your birthday here? It could be a fun time. Inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's, created by Scott Cawthon, and different pizza arcade restaurants from the 80s like Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz Pizza. Grumpy was an idea I had during the pandemic in 8th grade. I was bored, so I wanted to make my own Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. But I only had a Chromebook, so I made a terrible game on Scratch that's unfinished and will remain that way. This is an unfinished demo of the game because I'm no longer motivated to continue this project. With that being in mind, you will see a lot of things that are left unfinished. So, yeah. Even though this game is unfinished, there is still a lot to see, I'd argue. So, let's go ahead and play. Oh yeah, and one more thing. One more thing I want to show you guys before I start playing. Sorry. Um, I started development on this game in December 26th, 2023. So I've been developing this game for 2 years now, almost 3 years, and I finally made it like public recently. So now you guys can actually play it. Before I had it private because it wasn't finished. So like, but now it's public. Now you can play it. Okay. So one thing I'm gonna tell you right now is there's a lot of things that I added that are kind of questionable in this game. Um, so first of all, the ceiling here, it's just a one big part because I didn't have a ceiling yet when I published the game. So I was just kind of lazy and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put a part over for the ceiling because I don't really have a design for the ceiling yet. I'm just gonna do that. Anyways, this is the main entrance of Grumpy's Arcade and Pizza, and this is kind of like the little, I don't know what you call it. This is where you get your admittance, I guess. You can go go through these double doors, or you can go through here. And this place is pretty spacious, I won't lie. Um, right here, this is a vending machine, and you're probably wondering what kind of vending machine it is. If you hover a mouse over this, you'll notice that you can click on it, and you get a bottle. You get a bottle of cola, bottle of Coca-Cola. I know it doesn't look that great. It kind of looks funny, but um, in interesting story about this specific thing that I added. So I really, really wanted to add like a bunch of just little random stuff you could do in this game that I thought would be fun. And one of those things was I wanted you, like, when you clicked while holding this, I wanted it to play a drinking animation, like it would bring the bottle of cola up to your mouth and you would drink it. But, for whatever reason, when I was making this game, I was having all sorts of issues trying to get this drinking animation to work. And eventually, it just basically boiled down to Roblox has terrible moderation, and they thought that whatever animation I was making was might have been like inappropriate or something. That's my best guess here because I genuinely don't know what I was doing wrong. Like I had my scripts were right, my animation was right, I was doing everything right. It's just Roblox's terrible moderation. That's probably what it is because I wasn't doing like anything wrong. I watched like a lot of YouTube tutorials. I asked for help on Reddit even. I went on the Roblox game dev Reddit and I asked people for help. Still couldn't figure it out. So basically, you guys, unfortunately, you don't have a drinking animation when you click because Roblox sucks. So, yeah, which is sad to say, but it's the truth. Anyways, here's the little dining room, and as you can see, we got a lot of these chairs, and we got these cute little party hats. You can't actually, like, pick them up or anything and put them on your head. I just spammed, like, a bunch of party hats on these tables. And over here we have the kind of the main animatronic stage. You're probably wondering why is only their torso? Why don't they have any legs? And why are they on like this little metal beam right here? Well, that's what animatronics used to look like in real life, at least. Chuck E. Cheese used to have animatronics that were like this, where it was just the torso and it didn't have legs. So I thought it'd be interesting if I did something like that in my game, and I just put like the name of them underneath them. Chuck E. Cheese kind of did the same thing. The other thing you guys probably won't get is that you probably are gonna have no idea what these animatronics even represent in the first place. And it's because they all kind of look like normal people. They're just like different colors. So Grumpy, I didn't explain this, but Grumpy, he's a parrot because he's green. Um, I know I could have named him Polly or something like that, but even then, that doesn't sound that creative to me, at least. So, but Grumpy still sounds kind of stupid to me now. Anyways, um, and then we have Spud, and Spud is a potato. He's a potato. He's a Spud. He is Spud the Bud. That's his full name, but I kind of stretched out his name on this like name board thing. I don't know what you call it. And you'll notice that one of them is missing. And I'm not going to tell you anything else about that. You can figure that out for yourself when you play my game. We're going to come over here. And over here, this is where you would, I guess, like order your food. So we got like cheese pizza, $2.50. Pepperoni pizza, $3. Pineapple pizza, $2.55. Mushroom pizza, $2.55. Supreme pizza, $5.35. Spud fries, 75 cents. Birthday cake, $3. Any toppings. Pizza, $3. Or no, any toppings pizza, $3. Fanta, 75 cents. Coca-Cola, 75 cents. And Sprite, 75 cents. You're probably wondering, why are the prices so low? Well, this is 1986. This is not 2026. The prices are different. Like, I feel like that's kind of just common sense. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain that to you, but anyways. We come over here, and this is kind of where the booths are. Now, if I remember correctly, the booths in this game were like one of the first things that I made in this whole game. I remember spending a lot of time uh, trying to make these, and I think they turned out pretty okay. They got this nice little tablecloth on them. They got like this leather seating and this leather back thing. I don't know what you would call it really. And yeah, you can just sit here at one of these booths and eat your food. You can't actually like order your food or anything. I kind of wanted it so that you could like uh, select from a menu or something, like an actual menu, and get pizza and like drinks and stuff. But you can't do that because, well, number one, I just don't know how to add that, and number two, I couldn't figure out how to get a drinking animation to work. So it's like, what's the point even? Anyways, um, so we come over here, and this is Peter, and you are gonna have no idea what Peter is. You want to guess? You want to guess who Peter is? I'll give you 3 seconds. Okay. Peter is a purple martin. He's a purple martin, and I'm guessing nobody would have been able to guess that because, like I said, they just kind of look like normal people. But just pretend it's a purple martin wearing a suit and sunglasses, and he's like doing his little robot dance to people and whatever. And he's supposed to be in like a bird cage here. It doesn't look that great, but whatever. Over here, this is the arcade. As you can see, none of these arcade machines no longer work. So, or I should say all of these arcade machines no longer work. I shouldn't say none. That doesn't make any sense. Um, so yeah, I just got all these different arcade machines. I spent a while designing these arcade machines, and I think they turned out pretty okay. Especially relative to the player's size. Like, this is where the player's arms would be, and or this is where the player's hands would be relative to the arcade machine. So I think I did pretty good on that because, you know, that's usually where the buttons are on an arcade. They're like right at where your hands are. Um, and this is the ball pit. This might have been like the first thing that I ever added to the game. I don't remember though. But you can tell this thing is like, it doesn't look the greatest. It kind of looks like junk, to me at least. And I just used like this PNG of a net. It doesn't look that great, I think. But the balls themselves, they're just like these little plastic parts that are different colors, and I just kind of like spammed them. So you can play around in here if you want. It does get a little bit laggy though, so like keep in mind because there's a bunch of unanchored parts. Anyways, um, let's go over here. I'll show you this real quick. This is the parts and service, and as you can see, we got some like extra animatronic parts just kind of laying around. There's like a endoskeleton, and then we got like a. This is supposed to be like a blueprint This is supposed to be like a motherboard or some kind of computer component. Like I'm not really sure. And that's supposed to be like a one of the limbs. It could be like an arm or a leg, whichever one. We got a little wrench here. We just got some heads just sitting here on a rack. So there you go. Yeah, you can definitely tell this place takes lots of inspiration from Five Nights at Freddy's, but at the same time, I wanted to take some inspiration from like real life uh, pizzeria arcades, I guess you could call them, because I think they're pretty cool. Anyways, let's go in here. This is the janitor's closet. I spent a lot of time like designing this whole place, just kind of like making random things. We got this little like recycling can or trash can, a bunch of paper balls in there. Caution wet floor sign. You got just like random boxes of supplies everywhere. This place is a mess despite being the janitor's closet. It's kind of ironic. And we got a little broom here standing and a spray bottle on the floor. We got some more spray bottles on the rack and just like random papers and shit. I don't even know what these papers are for. Yeah, this place is a big mess. So, there you go. And that's all I'm going to show you in here. And then we're going to come over here. And over here is the kitchen. And what we got here, this big table is basically just like a place where you prepare your food and stuff. Um, it's not anything special, honestly. I just have like 3 cutting boards here. We got some tongs, a ladle, and we got a knife sticking into one of the cutting boards. Um, don't do this in real life. It actually ruins the knife if you stick it into the cutting board. That's really bad for knives. Um, and we got these stoves. These got a little handle on them, 6 burners, and I kind of just like copy and pasted them. I probably should have added dials, but at the same time, I didn't really I didn't really worry about it too much. In this right here, this is just like this big rack with like we got tongs, ladles, more ladles, different sized ladles and tongs. I've worked at a restaurant before, and I've worked in a kitchen. So like this is kind of what a kitchen is like in a restaurant. At least in the restaurant that I worked, like you had this we had like this long rack of like tongs and ladles. Like this we actually had this kind of thing in a restaurant. Um, we also had these tables that were just kind of like around everywhere where you could prepare your food, and we had these stoves. The only thing I'm missing is like the sinks and the dishwashing machine and stuff like that, but that's really about it. That's all I'm missing. Over here, this is the big walk-in freezer. Um, we got this nice metal door. We walk in, and we got these racks of supplies in here. And we just got like random boxes and stuff. Interesting thing about this room, I was gonna add something important here, but then I decided like, no, I'm not gonna do that. There's just no point. So, there you go. That's an interesting fact about that. I'm not gonna elaborate further on what that means. Um, so yeah, and then we got this little I don't know what the fuck you call them, cash registers. Yeah, we got this little cash register here. And that's pretty much all I'm going to show you in this game because there is so much more than this. It's just that I want you guys to find it for yourself. If you're ever interested in checking this place out, I'm going to link the game in the description because I do want some of you guys to try it out just to see it for yourself. Um, I guess this game does kind of like count as a hangout game in a way. Like, if you really wanted to, you could hang out here and just like chat with friends and stuff. That was kind of, I think that was one of the things I was trying to go for here when I was making this myth game. Was that I wanted it to be kind of like a hangout game, almost like the double R bar, because I really liked the double R bar. I really liked how the double R bar was just kind of like this. It was inspired by, if you don't know, the double R bar is another myth game, but it's inspired by this real place from a TV show. If you don't know, if you don't know what that is, it's from Twin Peaks. There's an actual place in Twin Peaks called the Double R Bar. So, or well, it's not called that. It's called the Double R Diner actually. But anyways, yeah. Um, I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of very, very confusing parts in this game. So don't be like discouraged if you get lost at some parts because honestly, I think that's my fault for making it really really obscure, I guess, and really long. Just kind of like really drawn out, I guess. I don't know. There's certain parts where I look back at it now and I'm like, yeah, I think I would redesign that whole part of the game because it's just it's just not as fun. But this is an unfinished like demo of the game, I guess. I don't know why I call it a demo. I guess it does kind of count as a demo because like I don't know, but I'm not trying to like sell I'm not trying to like sell the game to anybody because I'm like actually gonna finish it or anything. Because I'm probably not going to finish the game. Like I'm most likely not gonna finish the game. There's gonna be a few things in this game that you are gonna be like, oh, that wasn't really explained very well. Why why was that added in? You know? And to be honest, some of the things you're not going to really be able to, some of the things are not going to be explained because they just weren't added into the game yet. They were planned to be added to the game for future explanation, but I just never added it because, like I said, Roblox sucks and I hate Roblox. Roblox sucks, which is why I play Vortex now. Guys, you should play Vortex. Please, please play Vortex. It's awesome. It's a it's a Roblox inspired game. Um, you should check out my Vortex videos on my channel. It's a really cool game. Anyways, um, yeah. Like I said, there's gonna be a few things in this game where you're like, that wasn't explained very well. How does this tie into anything? And like I said, the simple answer is just that those explanations are just not in the game yet. But in the game's current state, you can make some connections. So that's all I'm gonna tell you about the game because like I said, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil anything. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. I have to go now because I need to go to work. And yeah, I hope you guys have fun, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.